Hello, it's Crafty Ria, and welcome to another video. This video is using these wonderful house dies that I got from Craspire. They are an awesome company. They allowed me to go on their website and choose some items for free, and I am bringing you a few reviews and tutorials about their items. They have a whole new line of all of these great dies and clear stamps and all kinds of stuff. I have an unboxing video that you could check out, see all of the items that I got in this order. One of the items was this set of dies. It is this house. It's these shapes and a whole bunch of little shapes to make a gingerbread house. I didn't realize it, but this die set makes two styles of houses. It makes the big gingerbread house, which uses these, and then this little guy makes a really cute little Christmas ornament house by itself. And here's what it looks like when it is assembled. Very cool. The windows obviously punch out, and I put a little piece of vellum behind them before I stuck it together, and the door actually does open. This is what it looks like when you cut it out of whatever you choose. I went ahead and used this brown packaging. I think it was from like Dollar Shave Club or something like that that we got in the mail. I have a whole bunch of them, so I used it because I thought it looked like a gingerbread house. And you can see it has these score lines, and it shows you where you can score it. Here is the door that opens, which is really, really cool. I will set these larger ones aside because we'll do that next. But first I want to show you how to make this little ornament. And it even has a little hanger at the top. And if you didn't want that hanger there, it's easy enough to cut off. So it has all of these built-in score lines. So then you just score it along those lines. Super easy, and this is very thick cardboard, and the scoring lines work well even on the thicker cardboard. Of course, you can use any paper that you like. So there you have that all scored, and it just folds together. You put some adhesive on those little tabs, and you glue it together and you get this. Super easy. But I don't want to stop there. I thought this would be great to use to recycle a Christmas card. So I did find this Christmas card in my stash, and I thought I would cut it out because this door here is about the same size as this door. So if I open that door and use this as a template, you can see that that door fits there. And then part of this would be the roof here, and the windows would show. So I thought, let's try cutting it out of this Christmas card. So the first thing I want to do is decide where exactly I need my die to sit. It's harder to tell on here since the door obviously is not open. So I will put this on here like that. And since the edges down here are going to be folded inside, it doesn't matter if they have a mark on them. So what I'm going to do is line this up where I want it. Try to make sure I have it straight. And then I'm going to take a Sharpie marker, double check and make sure I didn't move my paper. And I'm just going to mark right around these score lines just to give myself a guide. And there, when I take this off, you can see I have the tracing at the bottom. And then I could take my die and line it up along with that. And then it should cut it in the place that I want it. So first I'm going to cut the front of this card off. I'm going to cut it a little thinner, probably to the edge of that house, because I can use this strip for something else possibly. So let me get my die cutter. And since I want the die to be in a particular spot on there and it has to be lined up exactly, I'm going to use a little bit of this painter's tape just to hold the die in place. I do have a magnetic platform on here, but I also want to make sure that it absolutely does not move. So I put a little piece of tape on there, and then I will place this flat on my cutting mat and run this through my die cutter. And just to make sure everything cuts well, I always run it through twice. Some of the pieces on this card are thicker because they have glitter on them. So you can see how easily that comes apart. The door is perfect in that little door. Okay, and I'm going to use my little pokey tool. You can probably see better on the back. And I'm just going to poke out all of those windows that didn't get stuck to my mat. You can also use the brush feature and brush over it. But for these windows, I thought the pokey tool worked well, and they all came apart really easily. Then I have my little bone folder, and I will fold along those score lines and use the bone folder and give them a really good crease. So for the windows, you can leave them open like that, or you can line them with vellum like I did on this one, or you can do line them with another color paper. For this one, I'll be leaving them open because the inside of the card is white. So I'm going to just go ahead and put some adhesive on these little pieces and put this together. I think it's really cute. I have this really narrow tear tape that I'm going to use on the pieces. Okay, so I put the tape on all of those pieces, and I will now remove the backings. Okay, now there's adhesive on all of the little flaps, and I'm going to go ahead and just assemble it. First, I'll fold up the bottom. That tape is very sticky, by the way. You can use wet adhesive such as Elmer's glue, tacky glue, something like that if you would prefer. I'm going to set it down so I have that as a base so my bottom gets nice and flat. And then I will put this piece with the flap down first. There we go, and we have that cute little house, and it just happens to have a front door that opens, and you can see through the windows. So that is really cute. Love it. And it has the little hanger, so you can use it as an ornament on your Christmas tree. If you don't want the hanger, it cuts off really easy. You can make a bunch of these using Christmas cards or decorative paper, scraps of wrapping paper, whatever you happen to have. So there we have the two little houses, and of course you can decorate them with whatever you like as far as gems, glitter, whatever. Go to town on it. Then we have these other pieces here, And these cut out, for example, this is this one here. And you cut 2 of these to make a house. Don't mind the blue. You'll see what that's from in a minute. And then this triangle piece, you would cut 2 of those as well. And as you can see, these are just scraps from the Dollar Shave Club. You can cut them out of any anything that you would like. Cereal boxes, cardstock. I would say at least have it be cardstock thickness. And then let me flip them over. I have already decorated the front sides. How adorable is that? Now I will say this one here does score there and there. So this is to attach the roof to itself. This small piece becomes the roof, and then this is the side of the house. So you can see how that happens here. This one here, these 2 little ends score in so you can attach the house together. Now the house also comes with all of these other little pieces where you can cut out things like this for a candy cane trim. I cut some of those out, but I did not use that. You can also cut out a candy cane, and then there's also a solid candy cane, and all I did was put those together like that, glued them on top of each other to make those candy canes. And then there are these pieces that are like gumdrops. There is the smaller one and the larger one, and I used the larger one on the roof, and I used this really shimmery paper because I thought it looked like gumdrops. And then the smaller one, I had some green cut out, so I used that as like gumdrop grass is what I call it. There are also the window cutouts. I cut mine mostly in blue, but I cut one in red to show you what it would look like. And what I did was just adhere those onto vellum. And I just cut out the edges with my scissor. I used one of these sticker makers. This is by Xyron. And I ran it through since it is so tiny, and I used that to make them adhere. I also used that for the candy cane, since there's not much gluing surface on the back. There's also the door cutout. It comes in 2 sizes, so you can have the larger one as your outline, and then the smaller one as your door. There's a heart cutout. I thought that would be a cute little window in the door, and then there's also the shutter cutouts. And there's some other various things in there that you could use some smaller little pieces to decorate your house with. There's also the chimney piece, which looks like that when it's cut out, and then it's folded in half. And then you have these 2 little pieces that fold up that you can use to attach it to your house. So let's go ahead and assemble this house. Again, I will be using this tear tape along the flaps. All right, I put the tape on all of the little flaps and also the flap on the roof. I did want to show that I used all little pieces of scrap paper to cut these embellishments out. This is more of the packaging from the Dollar Shave Club package, but like I said, you could also use any kind of packaging, like a cereal box or anything like that. That would be perfect. If you're using something thick like that, I would run it through your die cutter twice just to be sure. This is a little piece of textured white paper that I used for the shingles, and as you can see, I just used little scraps of paper to cut everything from. So now I will assemble the house. Just take the backing off, make sure it's folded over well. I will say that I used my bone folder to crease all of these lines really well. And I'm standing it up on my table so it is straight across the bottom, and then I'm just burnishing that down really well with my bone folder. I'm going to give this one another crease just to make sure. So I have 3 sides of my house so far. I'm going to crease these down one more time just so they are folded really well. I did crease them at the beginning, but I thought an extra crease there would be good right before I put the house together. And just take your time doing this part. You want to make sure your house is nice and square. You can also use wet glue for this. It'll give you a little bit more time to line up your edges. I prefer the dry adhesive, but use whatever you like. So there we have the square part of the house, and then we just need to put the roof together like that. When I put this top piece, there was a little overhang, so I did fold it over because I thought it would give it a cleaner edge. So that's why there's that little blue folded over. So there we have this adorable house. You could decorate it with bling, like to make Christmas lights or anything you like. It is your house. Do it however you like it. It can be a Christmas house. This one is a kind of in the style of a gingerbread house, but you can make it for any season, any style. It doesn't have to be a Christmas. I wanted to use the candy canes. They're really cute. I really love this die set that I received from Craspire, and I will put links to it and the other items that I received in the description box below. They are my affiliate links, so please do use them if you check them out. It lets them know that I sent you. I have 2 coupon codes. They will be in the description box below. Whichever one works best for you, go ahead and use. That way they know I sent you as well. Right now they have free worldwide shipping on orders of $50 or more. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do click on that subscribe button right down there. And while you're there, click on the thumbs up so I know that you like this type of video. If you do go to Craspire, please do leave me a comment below and let me know what products that you found there that you really like. Also, let me know what you would do with this die set, what types of projects you would make with it if you had it. Thanks again for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.